like they're like, oh, where did he go? I think it's in Luke 2. So they go back, and some manuscripts say when his parents went back to look for him, ... Some other manuscripts say when his mother and Joseph went back to look for him, right?
Yeah.
And so what's going on there? There's textual variation. And at first you might just be like, why? Why is there textual variation? But for people who understand what's going on in early Christianity, they know that it would have been controversial to say that Joseph fathered Jesus,
Yeah.
right? Mary was supposed to be a virgin at the time of conception. So to say his parents is a controversial reading. And you can see then why a scribe might want to, or an editor might want to change the text.
Okay. So she says people who know what's going on. And what she actually means is the people that have been told by other people what's supposedly going on. Yeah? And in these scholarly circles, you have to actually repeat all their dogmas in order to get anywhere. And this is probably one of them. By the way, that channel shouldn't be called Data Over Dogma, because it's dogma over dogma. Data doesn't really matter to the guy as much as he pretends, like this Dan McClellan. He likes 99.5% of the data, and then he leaves 0.5% of the data out. And we're going to see now how deceptive this guy is. Yeah, this little Mormon with his nice rainbow thing around his arm. Yeah. I know where he's coming from. So now he invites a feminist to pretend as if Mary Magdalene was the first confessor of Jesus being the Son of God. And I'm going to get to that, because in John it's actually Nathaniel who's the first confessor in chapter 1. Closely tied to Peter, by the way. But right now, let's just go to Luke 2:43. That's the verse she's talking about. Yeah, his parents did not know it. And she says, oh, early on, they were trying to put the virgin birth into the Bible, kind of like that, and they didn't like Joseph being his actual father, and that's why they changed parent to Joseph and his mother, right? You see that here under 19. Joseph and his mother, or just his parents. And that change supposedly is motivated by that. Now, how come that, well, let me stay here. How come in the same manuscripts, and this is, well, so this is GA02. You see this witness 02 right there? That's the one. And that's Codex Alexandrinus, to be precise. So GA02, see that? The third one from the top. Sometimes that screen freezes up. So you can tell GA02 and 04, so Codex Alexandrinus and Codex Ephraemi, are both changing it to Joseph, supposedly motivated by not wanting Joseph to be a parent of Jesus. How come in verse 41 that change did not occur? How come they had no problem leaving it 2 verses earlier as parent, but then 2 verses later it was motivated by not wanting Joseph to be called a parent? There's more. There's more. If you go down to verse 48, in all of those, or in both of those, so in Codex Alexandrinus 02 and in Codex Ephraemi 04, they have Mary saying to Jesus, your father and I have been looking for you, right? When his parents, what happened there? His parents, having seen him, they were astonished. Okay, so it just says they, but whatever. Behold, your father and I have been searching for you. Yeah? His parents. Never had a problem with that, the scribes. But in verse 43, of course, it's motivated by that. And I'll tell you now why they say stuff like that. Because it makes them sound so smart. And they have all the insight. They're the people who know what's going on. You guys are a joke. You're a joke.